breaking news. A sniper marine ballistics expert has confirmed the FBI is a lying sack of shit. Here we go, friends. So Charlie Kirk, rest in peace, has been pew-pewed, as we know. I've got a 5-year ballistic expert analysis done. We're going to go through a couple of his videos. I want to show you there are lies here, friends. Lies from the fancy banana investigators. We call them the FBI here because the YouTubes don't like it when you call them out for the lies. So he's a sniper marine. He's got 5 years experience. He actually taught classes, I think. He's got some real expert. He's got 5 years experience just doing this 24/7, man. He has confirmed that they're lying. Kash Patel lying to the American public. And remember, friends, before we even dive deeper, why this is a special video here for me, just to tell you, okay? Crypto is going to be the answer. This all gets funded from the money printer. If you are holding cash in your bank account, doesn't matter what country you're in, you are getting debased. You are getting purchasing power stolen from the central bank, from your government, and then they're using your purchasing power to pay the media, to pay deep state, to pay economists, to pay scientists, to all push the manipulation, the brainwashing to everyone out here. And you know what? That's okay. If you want to be a blue-pilled cuck, a soy boy who stands for nothing, well, continue sitting in the hotel cuck chair. I don't care. I'll tell you something, though. All that money printing, they didn't buy my bags because I was too young. So I'm not paying off the debt. Go stuff yourself. You can suck on that fat one. Okay? So if you want to sit there and get yourself debased, be my guest. I am opting out of that system. That's why we are in crypto. If you want to leave the system, you are in a better island. You just hold crypto. You start with Bitcoin. You can do whatever you want. You make your own decisions. Okay, so let's continue. So this man did a ballistic experts analysis on Charlie Kirk. I just want to show you right now. So there are big inconsistencies. So firstly, he concludes, we've actually got sound analysis as well and stuff, friends. We conclude that the bullet did not come from where they claim. Okay, so here we have Charlie on the left. I know it's a bit graphic out here, but if we go on through, he just pretty much shows, if we go through some shots.
But to make it easier for everybody, this is camera angle 1. Camera angle 1 is, like I said, over here.
So here he shows where the camera angles of everything are, and he goes through and he shows the bullet coming in.
We have very, very similar angles, but they're a little bit different. And so we go into camera 2. We're right here. Let's go.
So he shows the different camera angles and stuff like here. So friends, as you see right now, see Charlie, on Charlie's right, the bullet has come through here. So if you see Charlie, the bullet has come from his right. And it's come through, and he died immediately upon impact. So rest in peace. Very unfortunate. Okay? It's just political. This political peel-peeling, friends. I almost said the word. Ass nation. You know, this is just, it's sad reality of it. When you're a powerful influencer and you sway the public opinion, you're a target. You know, if you made a deal with the devil, because he did, he accepted funding at the start. I guess he didn't know it would come back to bite him if he ever swayed. So it is what it is, right? If you're a blue-pilled cuck, remember that it's not a game of left versus right. It's not a game of black versus white. It's a game of insiders and outsiders. The insiders, when they print money, they spend the money first. They spend the money on the economists, on the scientists, on the banksters. They spend the money themselves. They go accumulate. Rocco Negra, they go accumulate all the assets. If you're sitting with me on a squeaky chair, we're outsiders. You and I have no power. Or do we? We can go protest peacefully. How do we do that? Take your money out. Don't get debased. Come and join crypto. So as you can see, the fancy banana investigators are lying. The bullet has come from here. He does a lot of analysis to show it to you. He's even got in the background, the FBI is lying. I mean, it's kind of funny, man. He literally taught this for 5 years. Like, they're just lying to the American public. This is unfortunate. This shows exactly how the bullet actually goes on through and what happens out here. So he shows the exit wound as well, friends. So another thing about that's the first lie, is you can clearly see from the angle where they claim that the Patsy Shooter shot from, it's literally impossible. It's literally mathematically and physically impossible for him to do that, okay? Unless he was able to shoot through a wall and ricochet off with, obviously, we're not even going to entertain stupid ideas like that, okay? We actually go through, friends. I want to show you this as well. Here's another thing. He goes through and he talks about the exit wound. If I can just find the screenshot here. There is an exit wound bullet analysis, which he goes through right here. Entry wound and exit wound, all right? check this out. So, man, this is cool. So you can see entry wound and exit wound, right? Oh, there's different, the bullets. So the one that the Patsy, so the trans rage kid, he had a .306 gun. It was not the bullet. All right. It was the bullet of the exit wound was too small. All right. It was too small. I'm not exactly sure which one he said it was. I just can't remember. I'm just telling you right now, the exit wound right here was too small to be the gun of the bullet that they claim. So if you look at, I'm going to look up his gun, okay, which is right here. Let's check it out. This is the gun that they found. Remember as well, friends, in Kentucky, my rifles went missing too, okay, and I stole them from Maria with his dirty underpants. Now, this is it, friends. So something doesn't add up, okay? You got to remember, right? As soon as you say this, cucks, femboys, they come out. And what they do, they try to put you in a label. They go, oh, you're on the left. No, you're on the right. They just try to look for a label. No, dude, you're a loser. You're a complete loser. I'm neither. I don't give a crap. You're an outsider. You're poor. You're a pawn. You're getting used. You're getting brainwashed by both sides. You watch the TV, you lose. You listen to the narrative, you lose. That's it. You lose by default. They're lying. They're completely lying. All right? They only have power because of the money printer. All paths lead to the money printer. Okay? So this is the gun that they came and found. The gun, friends, the scope was reattached wrong, by the way. The scope was put on incorrectly, so it couldn't have made the shot anyway. That's why but you know the fancy bananas investigators tried to say? They said they found the screwdriver for the weapon on the top. And guess what? Apparently, a screwdriver is not even used for this gun and the scope. You need something like a hawk screw, another word, a different type of screwdriver or a different tool to put it on. They just wrote screwdriver, but they weren't specific. So, like, friends, just like this is a complete look, man. Because I get it. It's hard for people to sit here. I know it's hard for people to realize they've been fooled. It's so much easier to fool you, okay? But I've got a secret weapon myself. Yeah, and I've got two secret weapons. One's inside my pants, and one is on this chart. Do you see how Bitcoin just keeps going up over time? Why is that? It's because the money supply keeps going up over time, habibi. That's why. You see this? This is the real secret chart. Friends, the biggest magic trick that the central bank ever convinced was that this is not your inflation rate when it is, okay? That's your real inflation rate. This has been growing at 6.5% per year for 15 years, okay? That's it. But what do they tell you? They lie to you. They lie and tell you the inflation CPI is only 3%. Okay? They lie, friends. So where does the other 3.5% per year compounding every year go? Oh, golly gee. Paying the media, paying Rocca Negra, paying the scientists, paying the economists, paying the banks, the deep state, the UFO tech. That's where the money goes. And you're paying off the debt. They're stealing it from your purchasing power. Do you get it? That's the magic trick. It's not left or right, bro. It's the Cantillon effect. It's incentives. So they're lying to us. Of course they're lying to us. Okay? And if you, friends, remember, the same people who are claiming that the government is telling the truth, right? Because the government, they also say Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Look, you have been mogged so hard. Look, you are enjoying yourself on that hotel cuck chair, okay? You've got a boner through the roof, okay? You're literally enjoying yourself on the hotel cuck chair. You are beyond help at this point, okay? You got flaily noodle arms. You're skipping leg day, painting your fingernails, brown tarnished slippers. Rounded elbows. Not a single point on any of your elbows. These pencil necks, friends. These bug eater pencil necks bootlickers who stand for nothing. I know, man. They've been fooled. Duh. But guess what, man? Bitcoin and crypto's price charts are still going to go up. So I didn't give a crap. You're going to realize it one day. You know? Some people figured it out early when Bitcoin was $100 and then 1,000 and then 10,000. Now it's 100,000. You know? You're going to figure it out one day. So this ballistics marine going through, I mean, if it wasn't even more information coming out, friends, just showing you all these things. So remember as well, George Webb, an independent investigative journalist, he personally went to the crime scene himself And he concluded, so I watched this separately, I mentioned it earlier. He concluded there is absolutely no way that the FBI is telling the truth. The bullet, he thinks came from the right-hand side of Charlie. So there's two separate people. One's a ballistic analysis. One guy actually went there. There you go. You know? It's fascinating. By the way, George Zinn. Remember this guy? The decoy boy? As soon as a shot was fired, he yelled, "Oh, I'm the shooter, come and arrest me." By the way, they caught him with some child corn. Guess what? They did more research on him. It turns out, I mean, you're not going to believe this, dude. We already know he was present at 9/11. The Jenga towers that fell. He was also present Marathon, the Boston bomb. He made some sort of threat thing. Yeah, friends. Look, it goes deeper. He was present. So this is the funny part. The Jeffrey Epstein killed himself camp, the soy boy Cucks. They think what I'm about to tell you is a total coincidence that he was present there. George Zinn was present at the 1988 Republican National Convention without credentials. He was found sleeping on the floor of Ronald Reagan's Secretary of Education. So the GOP stands for Grand Old Party. It's like Republican. The GOP chairperson also ran a fundraiser to pay off the legal fines for George Zinn. He's one of their useful citizen idiots, isn't he? Can't call him an idiot. He works for him. George Zinn is definitely a smoking gun decoy for the deep state, the CIA and Mossad. Not Mohappy, Mossad. Some people, friends, say, oh, it's all Mossad. But I think, friends, very obvious, man. We got this. The FBI's covering for him, dude. Like, it's all deep state, man. It's all deep state. There's just a bunch of insiders. Like, it'd be easy. Oh, one team, one country, whatever. Yeah, if only it was so simple, right? You just got rid of that one person. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Insiders and outsiders. Yeah. Duh. George Zinn was found with child corn on his phone right after the Charlie Kirk shooting. Maybe he was blackmailed for being a helper. George Zinn present at the Jenga towers. Blue-pilled cuckolds who think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself also want us to believe that George Zinn is just a coincidence. The deep state rabbit hole continues, and getting long on crypto is the only solution you have. Do you see now, friend? You see after everything I've shown you. And remember, in case you haven't figured it out by now, the government is lying to you. Save your wealth, store it in crypto. Crypto is immutable, permissionless. Look how pathetic they think you are. After the destroyed note fiasco, in which the FBI claims there was a note that Robinson wrote outlining the crime, but it was destroyed, and yet they claim to know what it said because of aggressive interview techniques used on Robinson's associates. So there was a destroyed note, and they go, hey, where's the note? They go, oh, it was destroyed. Like, okay, how do you have information? They go, don't worry. We used a lot of interview techniques. That's how we were able to know that information. You know, man, I mean, like, friends, apparently this is their story. See how he's bending his knee? They're saying that somewhere in there he's carrying a freaking 4-foot rifle. No, we don't look, man. Look, friends, I get it. I get it. It's hard for people to believe that they're actually living in some sort of matrix curated reality and there's an actual deep state and they're manipulating the population. I get it. So the thing though is, I don't care. Yeah, I'm telling you this is happening. Okay, I'm telling you right now, crypto's prices are going to be up. Yeah, they laughed at me when crypto was 500 billion market cap. Then it went to $1 trillion, then 1.5, 2 trillion. Now it's at 4 trillion. Guess what? It's going to get to 10 trillion plus. And people are going to go, why is this thing going up? Oh, golly gee, I don't know. Maybe because the money printer keeps cranking. Maybe because there is a Cantillon effect. And that they're actually printing way more money than they're telling you, which is the CPI data, which is all fake manipulated trash. They're printing at 8% per year. They're telling you it's like 3. Whoa, dude. Our number's going up, okay? So I'm just telling you now. You could save yourself now, or you can try to save yourself later and hope that you kind of like not at the very, very end of it, the tail end of it. So now you know, friends. Remember, I'm not here to sway in a political opinion. I don't care, bro. Don't care. As far as I'm concerned, if you raise your fists and you try to say, oh, it's the radical left, and the losers on the left, oh, the radical right. Losers. Both losers. You're both losers. Yeah? You're both losers. If you are one of those people, okay, if you're an influencer, all right, they're making money. But for 99.9% of people, I've told you this before, I'll tell you again. If you raise your fist, you raise your cute little sign, you go out, you think you're going to protest, you think you're going to change the world, or you got another thing coming. In 10 years from now, you will be just as poor as you are today. You will have spun your wheels, you have effected no change, and you don't even make any progress on your financial wealth. You don't even have any more options, okay? You do have the option to opt out of that system. The only way to beat the game is not to play the game. It's not left or right versus left, or up versus down. Outside of the game. The casino's rigged, bro. The casino's rigged. They print at 8%. You only get a 3% bonus per year. You're getting robbed. Crypto beats the 8% hurdle rate, doesn't it? Now, I know with altcoins, feels like it's minus 5,000%, but Bitcoin beats it, and eventually altcoins will follow through. Are you waking up yet? If you're not waking up, well, good news is you will wake up one day. Just, it depends on the price. That's it. We all wake up. It just depends on the price. Some people, they didn't even need to see a Bitcoin price at the start. It was trading at $1 and they woke up. Yeah. I had to wake up when I saw Bitcoin at 10 to 20,000. And then it came back down to 6 and 5. Yeah, that's when I did it. You know, Bitcoin's at 116,000-ish now, so whatever. So people are going to wake up. Okay, it's just a matter of time. You learn the easy way or the hard way, habibi. You and I, we are going to make it. Like and subscribe, belly button and all. Catch you in the next one.